Hey, what's up everybody? So I want to talk about in this video why gold is the better metal to stack than silver. Now, don't get me wrong, I still love silver. I still love that awesome metal silver, but that is for another video. In this video, we are talking about why gold is the #1 metal for stacking. So let's get into it. Now, gold is an awesome metal, and it took me a long time. It took me at least 4 years to come to the realization that gold is the #1 metal. It is the #1 metal. Can we all agree? Please leave a comment in the comment section. Hit that thumbs up button if you love gold a little bit more, just a little bit more than you love silver. Now, we all love silver. Silver is a great metal. It's a great metal for stacking, for hoarding, for collecting. It's the most reflective of the two. But that's not what we're talking about. We are talking about why gold is the better metal for stacking. And I'm going to give you just 3 reasons why. I could give you more than 3 reasons, and maybe, over the course of this video I will throw out more than 3 reasons, but for now we're gonna just talk about 3 reasons why gold is the better metal between the two for stacking. Now, the very first reason, now you can interchange these 3. They're not necessarily going to be in order, but number 1 is more people know about gold. Everybody knows what gold is. Now, when you talk about gold as money, no, very few people notice gold as money. I mean, we are in the minority in this kind of stacking, hoarding community, because a lot of people look at gold. If you bring up gold to someone on the street and say, "What is gold?" What are they going to say? They are going to say jewelry. You wear it. You put it on your finger. You put it on your wrist. You put it as in the form of a chain around your neck. That's what most people know about gold. But who else knows about gold? The central banks know about gold. But we're going to get to that just in a few moments. But gold is more recognizable. If you go to someone on the street and say, "What is silver? What do you know about silver?" They're going to probably be stumped. They're going to probably be stumped, and they're going to say, "Oh, well, it's that gray metal," something like that. But very few people who you meet up with on the street is going to probably know that silver was at one time spent as money. It was in our constitutional silver. Very few people are probably going to be able to tell you that, honestly. So gold is more recognizable to the average person than silver. That is reason number 1. Or you could call it reason number 3. Call it reason number 3, and then we're going to go on to reason number 2. Gold over the course of history. And now we're going to go over the course of history, hundreds or thousands of years. Gold has been the better preserver of wealth. It's a fact. It's a fact. We can look up at all the gold and silver historical charts. There's a lot of them out there. Search YouTube. I've done it. Comparing the silver to gold ratios, trying to make the argument for silver. But if you really look at it, the argument every time gold typically wins. There's been a couple of times where silver has beat out gold. As far as, the silver to gold ratio pricing, but it's been very few times. Usually gold wins, and gold over the course of history has been the better preserver of wealth. So number 3, it's more recognizable. People know it more. You know, how many people do you see walking around with chains on around their neck, on their wrist? People love it for jewelry. Now, I mean, I would love to be able to go out and buy a silver chain or a silver this and that, but usually jewelry shops, it's very slim pickings. If they have silver at all in the form of jewelry, it's very, very slim pickings because most people just don't want it. Silver tarnishes. That could be another reason. You know, milk spots. You can throw that as reason number 4 if you want. Milk spots, tarnishing. So you can throw that in there as well. Like I said, there may be more reasons that I give you in this video than 3, but 3 is just a hot number, right? 3, if I said 4 or 6 or 7, you know, it's just not that eye appeal. It doesn't have that eye appeal. So that's why I said 3. What is the number 1 reason? Before I get to that number 1 reason, what are we looking at? What are you looking at in this camera? You are looking at some 1/10 ounce American Gold Eagles. I do have, just for some eye appeal, just for some of that sexy eye appeal, there is a 1/4 ounce Gold Eagle. Really cool, really awesome. But what is, oh, let me show you this also. I've showed this in a couple of videos, but how do you like that? That is probably my favorite gold coin just because it's so small, so tiny. Really awesome. I might at some point do a giveaway with that coin that I just dropped, and I've lost this a couple of times. Believe it or not, I have lost that a couple of times. No matter where I put it, it always seems to fall in between the cracks of something because it's so tiny that I have to keep my eye on it. And anyway, so reason number 1. Let me give you, before I get to reason number 1, let me give you another added bonus. Gold, you can find it. You can find a lot more places to store it. So if you have to pick up your gold or pick up your silver and you have to, you know, if you're bugging out, let's say you're going to bug out. Let's say you're in this for SHTF and you have to bug out and you have, let's say 100 ounces of gold or 100 ounces of silver. It's going to be pretty hard. I mean, it's manageable to take the silver, 100 ounces of silver, and bug out, but it's going to be much, much easier to take 100 ounces of gold. Now, 100 ounces of gold is going to cost you a lot of money, so most people aren't going to be able to have 100 ounces of gold, but let's just say you have 100 ounces of gold and 100 ounces of silver. You can find in pockets enough places to put 100 ounces of gold in your pockets. Now, it may take you to put on a jacket and you might have to shove them into your pants pockets and you might have to shove them into your jacket pockets. Somebody might say, is that your gold in your pockets or are you just happy to see me? You know, something like that, right? But you'll be able to find places within your pockets to put 100 ounces of gold. 100 ounces of silver, you're gonna have to put into a pretty, you know, nice sized box and carry it, you know, somewhere with you. So a lot more places to hide and to store, you know, smaller amounts of gold or larger amounts of gold than silver. But what is the number 1 reason? The number 1 reason why silver is the number 1 metal to stack, or a better metal to stack over silver, is because it is officially, as of a few months ago, 6 months ago or so, it was labeled a Tier 1 asset by the central banks. The central banks view gold equivalently as money. It's equal to money. It's equal to money. And unfortunately, silver is not that tier 1 asset, but gold is. Gold is a tier 1 asset. So those are the reasons why gold is a better metal for stacking than silver. So I gave you a bunch of reasons why gold, I'm not even gonna count the reasons. I gave you more than 3. I gave you 4 or 5 or maybe 6. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Please leave a comment in the comment section, hit that like button, or if you just don't like gold or don't like what I said or didn't like the video, then go ahead and hit that thumbs down button. But please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you on my next video. Thanks a lot, everyone.